What's going down, folks? It's your boy C23 back on the sticks once again with another Madden 17 franchise video for you guys. And as you can see, we're going up against the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. I want to say we're in week 13 of the regular season, so things are slowly starting to wrap up, folks. We've only got 3 games left before the playoffs start, and look at Freeman getting in everybody's face, getting them hyped before the game. That's the type of thing that I like to see from my players right here. Because last game, we got embarrassed on our home field by the Arizona Cardinals, and that cannot happen today, folks. So getting into the gameplay, Jamal Charles gets the handoff, and he has nothing but green grass in front of him. The very first play from scrimmage goes for a 36-yard pickup. And you guys who follow the series know our run defense is way better than that, so we got to get that corrected. On the next play on 1st and 10, Alex Smith has time in the pocket and completes the pass to his tight end right there, but there is a flag on the play. It's going to be a holding penalty, and that one is coming back. So now the Chiefs are looking at a 1st and 20 situation. Smith in the gun. He fires a pass over to his wide receiver, is Streeter on the catch, and he's able to pick up about 6 or 7 on the play. Bringing up a 2nd and 13 now. Smith trying to go to Charles, but the rookie Deion Jones is right there to clean up the play. That's more like it. That's the type of run defense that we're used to seeing this season, folks. I'm not sure what happened on the first play. So next play on 3rd and long, Alex Smith scrambles and takes a huge hit by Upshaw. He coughs up the ball, but the Chiefs are able to dive on it. But look at Upshaw right here working on 2 linemen, but as soon as Smith leaves the pocket, Upshaw closes in to make the play. That's a heads-up play right there, folks. Now my first offensive possession, Matty Ice takes a snap under center, fires the pass to Sanu, but what happens? It's almost as if he wasn't paying attention. The ball is right there. I'm not sure why he didn't make the catch. And we're pretty lucky that wasn't picked off because Peters was paying attention there. So in the next play, we go play action. Hooper makes the catch in the flat for a gain of about 1, if that. Bringing up a 3rd down now, Matty Ice taking the snap, firing it in the coverage, but Hardy is somehow able to make the catch, picking up the 1st down. Next play on 1st and 10, Freeman gets the handoff and pushes the pile forward. He gets about 3 or 4 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 6. Freeman again with the run off the right side. This time he's able to pick up 6 on the play, picking up another 1st down, and we're keeping this drive alive, folks. On 1st and 10, Matt Ryan in the gun taking a snap, firing the pass to Julio Jones, who makes the catch, but lost his balance after making the grab right there. He probably could have ran that in for a score. On the next play though, 1st and 10, running off the right side again is Freeman. He picks up about 5 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 10. Ryan with the quick strike to Hooper down the seam ends up picking up another 1st down. So we're looking at 1st and goal here, handing the ball off to Freeman, and he gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. There is no running room there, folks. So now we're looking at a 2nd and goal. Going back to Freeman again, and he had daylight just for a second, but the Chiefs defense caught up to him to bring him down from behind. But on 3rd and goal, Freeman catches the pitch and just walks in untouched right there. That's as easy as it's gonna get right there. The blocking and everything was perfect in front of him. That was a great play call. Now getting back on defense, Jamal Charles with the carry right there, and he gets brought down by Trufant after a 7-yard gain. Now 2nd and 3, the handoff goes to Charles, and he runs right into Upshaw. That's like running into a brick wall. That is not going anywhere. On 3rd and 4, look at the pressure up the middle, and that's Upshaw on the play. Upshaw came to play in this one, folks. He has just been showing up consistently in the highlights, this time forcing the fumble. Vic Beasley picks it up and for some reason goes to the ground. I'm not really sure why. It would have taken the same amount of effort to pick it up and run it in for a score. I'm not sure what happened there. But do you guys see that? We almost gave it right back to him. If Hooper wasn't right there to dive on the ball and save that fumble, Kansas City would probably be scoring as we speak. We need better ball security. But on the next play, look at Freeman opening the flat. Matt Ryan gets it to him, and he can take this all the way, but fumbles the ball? Really? Maybe you guys can help me out here, because clearly I must be missing something. How in the world does he fumble the ball without being touched? Can somebody explain that to me? Because right now it's not making any sense at all. I was going to dive in for a score right there, and as soon as I hit the dive button, he fumbles the ball. That was a weird play. But anyways, getting back to the drive, it's 2nd and goal. Matty Ice fires a pass over the middle to Julio Jones, who makes the catch in traffic and sets us up at the 2. Next play is a pitch to Freeman, and he gets brought down this time. It was the same exact play as last time where he scored. This time the Chiefs are all over it. And look how close it came. Looking at the pylon cam, Devontae was maybe a yard or a half a yard shy of breaking the plane right there. Good defense by the Chiefs. But you guys know we're not done down here, right? On 4th down, Matt Ryan punches it in with the quarterback sneak, and he gets a great push by the offensive line, and he's able to dive over it. Look at Mack and Wendell getting the push up front. Even Levitre gets in and tries to push Ryan in at the end. That's the type of urgency that we got to play with. We have to capitalize on every drive, folks, because I think what happens if you look at the games that we lost, we end up playing those games not to lose instead of playing them to win. And what I mean by that is we're not as aggressive as we probably could be in certain situations. So moving ahead in this series, you're probably going to end up seeing a lot more plays like that. Anyway though, getting back to the gameplay, as you can see, the Chiefs have a nice little drive going. At the 35-yard line, they hand the ball off to Charles, and he goes nowhere on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Charles again. This time there's a little bit of running room right there, but we end up closing the gate right before he's able to pick up the first down. So on 3rd and 1 here, look at the penetration into the backfield. We end up stopping the ball carrier short of the first down. So just as I'm ready for them to kick the field goal, they hit me with the trickery, folks. And as you guys can tell, I was not expecting it. I thought they were just going to line up and kick it, but apparently Andy Reid is trying to match wit with Dan Quinn and stay aggressive. You gotta respect that. But on 3rd and 15 here, you see our defense does a great job, and they ultimately end up settling for that 3-point try, which they probably should have taken earlier, but the results end up being the same. So moving ahead a bit, it's 3rd and 19 on my next offensive possession. Matt Ryan drops back and throws it up for Julio Jones, but there's a flag on the play. The DB had his arm extended, holding Jones pretty much the entire route. So we get the PI there, and it sets us up with 1st and 10. Then Ryan dumps it short to Sanu for a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 6. Ryan dropping back, firing a pass over to Julio Jones, who snags it out of the air, but unfortunately the drive stalls and we're forced to settle for a field goal try, and Matt Bryant is money from his distance, so count that, and we go up 17-3 in this one. Getting back on defense now, Charles gets the handoff, tries to spin, but the coverage is right there, and he's tackled for no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 now, Charles gets smacked by Jones. Somebody better run to the sideline and get the smelling salt, because that was a pretty vicious hit right there. Now on 3rd and 10, Smith with time in the pocket, but look at the coverage downfield. Everybody has their man locked up, and Smith is forced to throw it away, and our defense does another great job forcing them to a field goal try and getting the ball back to Matt Ryan in the offense. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. Matt Ryan takes a snap looking for Jones, but it's picked off. Phillip Gaines undercut the route and picked off Matt Ryan at the 13-yard line. So now the Chiefs have great field position to try to cut into this deficit. Getting back on defense now, they hand the ball off to Charles, and Beasley flies in to shut the play down in the backfield. Bringing up a 2nd and 14 now. Smith has time in the pocket, dumps it off to the sideline. Thomas with the catch, makes a couple of guys miss, but ends up getting back to the original line of scrimmage on 3rd and 12. Next play, Smith looks downfield trying to make a play, but dumps it off short to Wilson right there, and a sea of red jerseys flying to make the tackle. So once again, our defense does a great job, and that was a drive where the Chiefs were really knocking on the door trying to get 7. So holding them to 3 is huge. But on their next drive, I send the blitz, and they counter with the screenplay, and it works to perfection. Jamal Charles gets a huge chunk of yardage on that play. So now they're looking at 1st and 10 after the big play by Charles. Smith dumps it to the back once again, and Charles makes a defender miss before getting tackled by Collins. So on 2nd and 6 now, Smith finds an open hole in the zone. It's Wilson there with the catch, and with that play, once again, the Chiefs are in the red zone. Later in the drive on 2nd and 4, Smith fires a pass to Kelsey, and they are finally able to get into the end zone late in this one, but giving up that touchdown comes with the cost that is our rookie linebacker phenom Deion Jones, and his current status is doubtful and unlikely to return. So with Jones out, Warrilow steps in, and he's going to have to be ready to go because Jones has been making plays out here. But as you can see, the 2-point conversion is good by the Chiefs, and it is a tie ball game as we creep later into the 4th quarter. Now getting back on offense, Matt Ryan hands the ball off to Devontae, who gets a couple on the play before he gets tackled, bringing up a 2nd and 5 now. Ryan under center, firing a quick pass to Hooper, and he ends up getting a couple on the play, bringing up a 3rd and 3. Freeman gets the handoff and ends up rumbling ahead for the first down. So now we're looking at a 1st and 10 here. Matty Ice taking the snap, going play action, looking downfield, throwing it up top to Julio Jones, and just like he's done all season long, Julio comes up huge in the clutch, folks. That is a big play right there. So after the catch by Julio, we go with the ground game to Freeman, and he pushes ahead for a decent gain on the play, picking up another first down. All we need to do at this point is just keep handing Freeman the rock because he's going to get positive yardage on top of milking the clock. So we hand it to him again on 2nd and 4, and he tries to stumble forward, but there's nowhere to go, so it sets up a 3rd and 3. Matt Ryan then passes over to Hooper, and there's nowhere to go there either. So just like that, the drive stalls, and we're forced to settle for 3, and Kansas City's going to get the ball back, and they're going going to have a lot of time on the clock to do something with it. 1:55 left in the go. Smith takes the snap and throws a dart over to the sideline as Thomas there on the catch, bringing up a 1st and 10. Smith in the gun, surveying the field, dumps it off short to Charles, and we're right there to make the tackle. Good play by Warlow. So now it's 2nd and 5. Again, Smith in the gun. There's a flag on the play. He dumps it off short, but it's going to come back. It's a holding penalty against Kansas City, so that's going to back him up 10 yards and bring up a 2nd and 15. Empty backfield now. Smith dumps it short to Kelsey. He makes the catch and immediately calls a timeout. 3rd and 10 now. Smith again, empty backfield, looking downfield and throws it to Macklin. For a second, it looked like Collins was in perfect position to make a play on the ball, but I guess it was out of reach. But on 1st and 10, the pocket collapses and Vic Beasley gets in for the sack, backing him all the way up to 2nd and 17 now. Smith dumping it off to Charles. He has running room, makes a guy miss, and ends up picking up a good chunk of that 17 yards right back, bringing up a 3rd and 4. Dan Quinn dials up the blitz and the pressure gets home, and we end up getting the sack on the play, setting Kansas City up with a 4th and forever. Smith takes the snap now with time in the pocket. He's scrambling, looking downfield, trying to find somebody open, but look at all the empty real estate in front of him, so Smith just takes off and picks it up with his legs. What a breakdown defensively right there. So after picking up the 1st down, Smith takes the snap under center. He drops back, then dumps it short to Jamal Charles, who's immediately tackled by Warlow on the play. A couple plays later on 3rd and 8, Charles gets the handoff. He makes a defender miss, but look at Upshaw chasing him down and forcing the fumble. What a play by the D lineman Courtney Upshaw right there. Just as Charles turned the corner and was getting ready to run in for a touchdown, Upshaw punched it loose from behind and said, "Not in my house." What a game by Courtney Upshaw. He made plays in the backfield, he made sacks, and he made the game-winning play right there, folks. What an unbelievable effort, you guys. I might just have to go on ahead and re-sign him right after this game, because if that's what he's capable of doing, I definitely want to keep that talent on my roster. But we're just going to have to wait and see how that plays out in a future episode. Anyways, folks, that's all the time I have in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.